Hey, my name's Brian. I used to have really bad acne. Wham, boom, blam, whammo. But over the course of a year on Accutane, I've cleared up a lot. Now I'm in the final stretches of my treatment. Enjoy my Accutane adventures. What's up, my beautiful people? It is week 58 and I am feeling really good. Look, my face is almost completely clear. I just have a little discoloration here. I have a big old zit right here, kind of like a cyst. It's not too big of a deal. And then the ones that were up here are starting to subside and I just have a couple bumps and whatnot, and I'm feeling real good. I'm excited. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, guys. I'm going to be putting out the last bit of blue Endless Pursuit hoodies and shirts this week. So if you want one, you better pick it up now because it's gonna be gone forever. We're never printing blue ever again because it was way too similar to CG Fitness's. I'm not even gonna lie, completely transparent. I didn't even realize when I had made the design and the colors and stuff and started printing it that it looked so similar, but afterwards I looked at it and I was like, oh damn, like it looks really similar. And I'm the first to admit that, of course. So we're getting rid of the last ones that we actually had already printed because obviously we can't just throw those away because they're awesome and I love them. But then we're going to switch over to gold so that way we have, you know, variation between myself and CG Fitness's clothing. So go on beyondtheweek.com and pick your hoodie or your shirt up. We ship worldwide, guys. And if you have one of these, it's gonna be really cool because we're never gonna print this again. So when I see you and I see that you have this on, I'm gonna be like, oh, what? You have that limited line, that one that we only printed a certain amount of. So yeah, guys, like I was saying, my face is looking really good. I am so pleased with the progress that I've been making. It's week 58 now, so we've been on it for a long time. Of course, we're expecting some results. And I feel like I look great. I just have a couple bumps left and they're gonna be gone probably, I'd say, in like 3 to 4 weeks. But of course we will see how it goes as we move on. Now, a lot of you are gonna ask, what is the new end date? What's the new deadline for ending Accutane? Well, what's cool about my doctor, my dermatologist, is he's not that kind of guy who's like, let's set a date and then we're gonna stress if we're getting, you know, if your face is still broken out and we're getting close to the end of the deadline. I always think it's bad to make deadlines when it's something that you're not sure how long it's gonna take. Of course, deadlines are great if you're trying to force yourself to finish an essay or get some sort of job done. But when you know, when it comes to like weight loss or like losing your acne, you're not sure how fast you can get rid of it. You're not sure. So why put like this weird time limit that's just causing more and more stress, compounding as it's getting closer to the deadline? So what happened is I went to my dermatologist on Tuesday and talked to him about continuing the Accutane treatment, and he was all for it. So what we're doing is we've dropped it from 100 milligrams to 80 milligrams a day, and we're just gonna continue doing what we've been doing. That's the thing I really appreciate about my dermatologist. I go in there and I talk to him, and he talks to me like a person. He doesn't talk to me like I don't know anything, because I think he, you know, he respects the amount of knowledge that I do have. So he talks to me about it, and he's like, hey, look, listen, I'm seeing, you know, you still have a little bit of nodule cystic acne. I think you should continue. What are your feelings? Of course, I've never had someone go on as long as you have, or I've never had someone take as big of a cumulative dose as you have, but I believe that you can continue, Brian. What do you think? And then I say, that's exactly what I was thinking. I would love to continue onwards. I was gonna come in here and try to bribe you into it and maybe wink and smile my way into it, but you already said yes, so of course I'm on board. Let's continue. Not all of us are as lucky as I am to get a perfect dermatologist, but hopefully you can find someone that really matches you, because you get to choose your dermatologist. You don't just get assigned. You can go in there, you can meet your dermatologist, and you can be like, I don't like this guy, I want, you know, whoever else. I want to keep trying new people. So make sure you don't get stuck with someone you don't like. Make sure that they understand you. My side effects are super minimal. My face is dry just a little bit around the, of course, lower part of my face. Like I always say, right here around my lips, it gets really dry. My lips themselves are dry as the Mojave Desert. Like literally, you could, if you're walking on my lips, you could fall into a crack and you would just be gone forever. There's this one right here. There's a crack on my lip. You see it? It literally hasn't gone away for like a week. On to the main part of this video. Now, there weren't enough questions for me to actually do a question answer session in this video, so make sure that you are leaving your questions in this video's comments so that next week I have enough questions to answer. But what I'm gonna do instead is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Basically, these are the 5 contributing factors to getting acne and 5 contributing factors to getting rid of acne. At least the things that I found are the most important for myself. Now, first, let's go through the 5 things that I found contribute to my acne the most. Number 1, the hugest number 1 is touching your face. If you touch your face, you're transferring all this dirt, all these oils onto those spots, and then it just sits there and dries in, and then you touch it again because of course you're touching the same spot over and over, and then you're just doing this vicious cycle. It's horrible. Number 2 drinking dairy, any sort of dairy, well, I guess not drinking, but drinking, eating anything, dairy, for me, just ruins my face. Not everyone is like this, of course, not everyone is like this at all, but I think each person is genetically predisposed differently towards how they react with lactase or lactose. Some people, like John, for example, really get really bad bubble guts and it really bloats them. For me, that doesn't happen, but for me, I get these really, really big cysts. Number 3, eating foods that are high in fats or sugars, and what I mean by that is like oily fats, like if I eat a big gnarly burrito and I eat that for multiple days in a row, or if I'm having like lots of excessively sugary stuff, you know, like cereals or like candy or sodas or, you know, just things that are very sugary in general. This one is huge. Stress definitely affects my acne. When I get stressed, and I don't mean like negative where I'm like thinking like, oh man, I'm so stressed out and I'm thinking about it, but I didn't mean just like there's a lot on my plate, like, oh man, at 4 o'clock I have to go train this person, but at 5 o'clock I have to have the video up, at 6 o'clock I have to have this, you know, like when there's a lot of physical things to think about and you're just like, you know, you're really stretching yourself thin, that's when my body starts to produce a little bit more acne because it's more physically stressed. And I think I don't know, but I think it's because I'm releasing more cortisol, which is causing me to break out more. But who really knows? And this one is huge. Hair gels, hair creams, anything that you put in your hair product is so bad for my acne. If you guys have noticed, I don't know if you have, I haven't used gel or anything in my hair in such a long time. The last time I used hair gel was for my competition. And then before that, I hadn't used it for like 4 or 5 months. The reason being is that when your hair starts to sweat, when your head starts to sweat, that gel gets taken from your hair and then comes down your skin with gel or wax or whatever you're using in your hair. And for me personally, it's wax. So think about that. Wax is now liquid going onto your pores, filling those pores up and then drying, and then you literally have like a wax cap on your pore. Of course, you're gonna break out pretty bad. For me, that is the worst breakout that I can get. I will literally, if I put gel in my hair and I go sweat, I guarantee that somewhere along the line of my hair, there's gonna be a cyst. So those are the 5 things that contribute to my acne the most, which you can use to avoid and then hopefully not get as much acne as I have over the years. Anyways, let's move on to the 5 things that I like the most to get rid of acne. The things I find the most important to rid myself of my acne. Now, number 1, and this is definitely my number 1, is change the thing that you're sleeping on every night. If you have a lot of body acne, make sure you change your sheets every night. If you have a lot of face acne, i.e. me, change your pillow every night. A tip that I can give you, because it is kind of annoying to wash your pillowcase every other night, is you can buy like 5 pillowcases and then wash them all at the end of the week and just flip them through. Or you can use a towel. Sometimes I just use a towel and then the next night I'll flip the towel over and then I'll toss it and get another towel. It's not as comfortable, but it is pretty quick and easy. Number 2, this is so important. Do not pick or pop. I know it's impossible. All of us do it. Eventually you get out of the shower and you're like, oh, that one looks, you start pushing on it. Be careful though. Please be careful. Because when you start getting like a scab or something, right? Like you pop one and then it kind of scabs over and then you're picking at that scab and you're like, oh, I can pop a little bit more. And then you just keep, and then you have like this big campsite of scabs and zits that are just chilling in one spot because you just keep messing with them. It's not good. You gotta give your body time to recoup. And you gotta give your skin time to heal up. So don't touch. And number 3 sounds a little bit weird, but these are the things that for myself I've experienced help with my acne. Number 3 is eat more vegetables. Now I don't know why this happens for me, but when I have more vegetables, I don't break out as much. This might be because I'm eating less of those sugary and fatty foods, or it may have something to do with what's actually in the vegetables. But for me, eating more vegetables and eating generally more clean, I know I'm gonna get flack for that, eating more clean helps me a lot when it comes to not breaking out. Now, number 4 for getting rid of acne is to minimize your product use. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of people who are using like 2.5% benzoyl peroxide in the morning, and then, you know, midday they're using 2 salicylic pads, and then at night they're using more benzoyl peroxide, and they're finishing off with exfoliation cream, this, that, and the other, and they have like 6 different products they're putting on their face every day, and they're wondering why their face is still breaking out. Well, it may be that your face wants to be more natural, you know, maybe it's having to fight all these things, you know, maybe it's having to produce more oil because those things are drying it out so much, because those things are irritating so much. Maybe it's producing more oil, and maybe it's getting more irritated, and maybe it's breaking out more because you're putting all those things on it. Now myself, I used to use benzoyl peroxide. Of course, I'm taking Accutane now. They tell me not to use any sort of topical, so I haven't used anything. And I mean, of course, Accutane is gonna help me, but I feel like it's made my skin a lot better. I've also heard this from a lot of people that used to take benzoyl peroxide or whatever sort of topical cream. They say once they stopped and they just started using cold water after washing their hands, it worked a lot better. And the final thing that contributes to getting rid of my acne is drinking more water. When I actually drink more water, I, for some reason, see a decrease in the amount of acne that I have. And if I find myself slipping and I go multiple days drinking under the amount of water that I'm intending, then I see myself break out a little bit more. I don't really know what the reason of this is, but I'm assuming that having that much water in you allows you to properly flush your systems as you're supposed to. You know, your blood is not thick, your lymph can move around your body. Things like that are able to do what they want to do because they're having the right amount of water that they are supposed to have. Whereas if you're depleting yourself, things aren't working as well. So of course, maybe you're gonna break out a bit more. That's how it is for me. All right, guys, there's the video. Big shout out one to Ryan. She just finished her Accutane treatment, I think just this week. So congratulations. That's so huge, and it's super exciting. I know how it sort of feels, even though I got told that and then I had to keep going on. Also, a big shout out to Belgium. Anybody watching from Belgium, I just shipped out a package, you guys, and I was like, Belgium's in the house, what's up? Thank you guys all for watching so much. I appreciate it. You guys make my life fun. You make my mornings fun because I get to wake up and do videos like this and people are gonna watch it and support, and that's just amazing to me. So thank you guys so much. Please like and comment on the video if you made it this far and you were entertained and you liked the video, and also share it to your Facebook so other people can see. I love you guys. Thank you all for checking out this video. I will see you next week, and I'll also see you tomorrow. Team Beyond the Week, Big J.
Lift heavy or die MIRIN!
Yeah!